Hey, good morning, everyone. Another day here in Arizona. Just out here enjoying the weather before it gets a little too hot. A lot of stuff going on in the world, and just a lot of chaos going on everywhere. So, just be mindful of what's going on. Make sure you're prepared for everything. If you've been listening to the news, you know that our currency is being challenged, specifically by China, and India, Brazil, South Africa, a couple other nations. And so be mindful of that. It's not, that, other countries are deciding that the dollar is not the standard anymore. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful of digital currency. Just be mindful of everything that's going on. Be mindful of the inflation. Be mindful of all the policies that are happening that, for the most part, most of us normal folks don't agree with. So just be mindful of that. And just be prepared as best you can, not only physically and financially, but spiritually as well. That's the most important thing. We have to be prepared spiritually for what's coming. We don't know who our next president is going to be here next year, so we just need to be mindful of everything that is going on around us. So just be prepared, everybody. Hopefully, again, pretty soon we'll be back to doing our sit-down podcast, but just wanted everybody to be prepared. And I'm no expert. I follow a lot of experts. I don't have any special forces background, or I'm not a survivalist or anything like that, but just common sense stuff. Common sense stuff is what's going to keep us prepared and keep us ready for whatever comes our way as best we can. So just be prepared. Be prepared for what's coming. On the spiritual side, we have to be mindful of the fact that churches are falling away faster and faster and faster. So if you belong to a church that's preaching the whole word and not just the good parts, and it's actually holding people accountable, stay right there. That's the type of churches you need, not the ones that don't teach about accountability and don't teach the consequences of sin and the consequences of doing things that we shouldn't do. And again, we've all fallen short. So this is not something that I'm telling everybody or accusing anybody, but just be mindful. If you're in a church, it may have the choir, it may have the musicians, you may have thousands of members, and that's great. But if the word is not holding you accountable, and if the preacher is not preaching accountability, because the Bible talks about accountability, because in the end we have to account for ourselves as individuals. So we need to be accountable for ourselves first, but also our leaders need to be accountable, and they're accountable to us because God put them there to shepherd us. And if they're not holding us accountable, they're not doing their job. They're wasting their time, because it's more than just giving us a word. You got to hold us as sheep accountable and make sure we know that we have to hold ourselves accountable, and then in the end we're held accountable. See, accountable is a word nobody wants to use anymore, and again, we'll hit on this hopefully here soon. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I'm just trying to find the right way of doing it. And so we'll hit on that, and we've touched on it a couple of times here and there, but that's what I teach my boys, that accountability is important, that you need to be accountable for everything you do. There are positive and negative consequences for everything that we do in this life, and if we don't hold ourselves accountable, then in the end you're going to be held accountable for what you do or don't do. So in the end, let's be prepared. Let's hold ourselves accountable. Let's use common sense. Common sense is just totally out the window now. You know, any and everything is acceptable now, and that is no way for a society to function, and that's no way that we as a current society will function, because there's no way. There's no the rule of law is basically going out the window. It's been subverted. It's been perversed. Churches have given themselves up because they don't want to hold the standard and hold the line. So you have to be careful. If you feel like, if you feel that, you're in a church that's not holding the standard, then you need to go somewhere. First, you need to pray about it and then go. Because I'm sure the Lord's not going to keep you in a place that's not holding a standard. And there are plenty of churches out there that are not holding the standard. They're only holding a standard, but not the standard. There's a difference. Okay? And so the standard, of course, is the Bible. The whole Bible. Not just bits and pieces, but the whole Bible. There's no reason to have a Bible and only read bits and pieces. And there's no reason to have a Bible if your preacher only preaches bits and pieces. It's there for a reason. So we need to be prepared. We need to look out for all these things that are already happening all around us. So just be ready, and I'm here, I'm standing here in the driveway, my parents' home, and, looking out here in Arizona, and just having time just to kind of just think about things, and looking after my mother specifically here for the week, trying to find out, what's going on and how things are being done. So just grateful to be here. Grateful that I had the opportunity to come. Grateful that I have a great family that supports me. So it's all good. But anyways, be prepared, be ready, be looking out, because these bugs are bothering me. Stuff is happening at a fast pace around us, and we need to be prepared, and we need to be ready, and we need to be accountable for what we do and for what's coming around us. And we need to for sure be accountable for our children. If you have children, you be accountable to them and provide them the right example, so that if they do grow up, if they are allowed, if the Lord delays coming and they are allowed to grow up, then they will understand accountability and how important it is. Okay? All right, well, we'll talk to y'all again tomorrow. I know I'm just putting out little vlogs, so just keep, hey, if y'all enjoy these little vlogs, let me know. But just keep viewing and keep subscribing, keep liking, and do all those things that, help support this channel. And again, as I said yesterday, hopefully my son will be starting to post his stuff on here. So we'll get a little bit more variety on this channel. And I think it'll be great, and I think you'll enjoy them. All right. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.